These are the plaintiffs, Frank and Tula Marchesi. Frank says they were moving, and they hired the defendant to move their furniture, and he ended up breaking their custom mirror bed. He smelled marijuana coming from the truck on moving day. The stoned employees smashed the mirror on the headboard. Now they're getting the runaround, so they're suing for the $863.57 needed to get the thing fixed. This is the defendant, George Talicio. He says his guys broke a mirror, and he took full responsibility for it. The $863.57 they want for a 5-foot by 5-foot mirror doesn't cost that much. He's not being gouged by these plaintiffs. He refuses to be ripped off, and he thinks the judge will agree once she sees the evidence. He's accused of having bad luck.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff hired the defendant to move their stuff, and the defendant smashed the mirror of the headboard. But the defendant says the plaintiffs are gouging him. It's the case of mirror off the wall.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Frank and Tula Marchesi?
Yes.
You're suing your movers, Santini Movers, because they broke your headboard, your mirrored headboard to your
That's
bed.
correct.
Yes. All right. Were you present when the move happened?
I was present during them picking up the furniture, but I was not present when they
On the
were
receiving
delivering the
end.
furniture. Yes,
Okay.
it was my son's graduation from high school, and we had to be there.
Of course.
A good
right.
friend of my wife's offered to be there.
Supervising. And then you
the
get a call from her saying what?
At the mirror, they broke the mirror right as they were trying to put it into place.
Okay. Because you had paid them to move it and reassemble it.
Correct.
Okay.
When I arrived there at the house, I was just mortified to find the mirror broken. I was busy talking with the movers about what's going to happen now. When I got there, I told them, I said, look, I said, I don't think I'm not going to tip you guys. I said, you broke my mirror. This is a very expensive piece. It's custom made for us. They said, don't worry, we'll call George, he'll pay for the mirror. I said, all right, get him on the phone. They got him on the phone. I spoke to him on the phone. He says, don't you worry, I'll pay for the mirror.
Are you George?
Yes.
Did you tell him, don't worry, I'll pay for the mirror?
Yeah, I said get an estimate.
Okay. Go
Okay,
on.
as time went on, he said, give me some time. They took the mirror so he can examine the mirror and see exactly what it was.
Okay. When did they take the mirror? Right then?
Right then and there.
Do you have a picture of the mirror?
I have it set up.
You have it set up. I don't know what that means.
That was what it looks like in the bedroom.
Okay. Is this a picture that was taken at the first place?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So it's a built-in, a big built-in, and so this is a mirror that lies in the back of the built-in.
That's-
I got a
This is the
headboard.
part that was broken, this mirror?
The glass, a piece of it broke. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, yeah.
So basically just that mirror has to be cut to this specific
Right.
shape, and another mirror has to be put in there.
Right.
So if you had told them that you would do it, what is it that ended up happening? Because I can't help but notice that I'm in court.
So how do you protect yourself when a mover starts packing up all your stuff and moving?
Maybe take any pictures of high-value items prior to them moving them.
That's an excellent idea. What do you say, sir?
Have them walk through the house with you and sign an agreement saying they witnessed the furniture being in good, condition.
Two really good points. I think that'll do it. That's good. Going inside the courtroom.
You told him to get an estimate and get it fixed.
Right.
Okay,
Get
and then he
estimate.
got an estimate,
Right.
and you felt the estimate was too high.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's
So
the
then,
problem.
what's your next step? If you had assured him that you would pay for it, then when he says the estimate's too high,
Okay.
a typical next step would be you called somebody to go out there and get an estimate.
Well, I didn't do that, but what we did do is, first of all, to begin with, he didn't take the insurance. No
Which is
more-
why I'm wondering. I know that, and that's why you did not buy the insurance, right?
No, but may I add
No,
something?
answer my question.
Yes,
You did
no, I
not
didn't.
buy insurance.
No, I
So
didn't.
there's a contract that you signed that caps you at what your damages can be.
Correct.
Okay, so let me see the contract you signed. And then I'd like to ask you, you knew he hadn't taken insurance, and then you were still offered to
don't have
replace the mirror.
He doesn't have Yes. I did.
Right. So then what made you change your mind?
I offered him a number that I thought would
Yeah, but you're just picking the number out of the sky.
No, I know what stuff costs. I'm in the business.
Trust me, I know what stuff costs. Do you think
I'm
that's
in
how
business-
people
I'm in
prove their
business
cases in front of Judge
50
Milian?
I'm here-
Trust me, I know what stuff costs.
I'm here 55 years.
I don't care
know
how
what
long
stuff
you're here. You
costs.
are a mover.
But I know
you
what
need
stuff
to get.
costs, but-
Don't yell at me. You need to get an estimate for someone to go out there, measure the exact proportions, then go to a mirror place, cut the exact proportion, then come over here and then mount the mirror.
Right.
So it's right. So if that's what you said you would do, why didn't you just? If his estimate was too high, why didn't you call a glass company and have them go out and give you a free
I
estimate?
got a price for a glass here for $100.
Okay, somebody who's cutting it out and doing all this?
No, just for the mirror. It's $100.
And then who's going to cut it out? Is he to gnaw at it and get it to be?
Well,
what's
I have my mechanic here, he's my foreman. So I'm saying that particular thing is a 10-minute fix.
So is he the guy who would be cutting the mirror?
No, he would be installing it.
And who's going to cut the mirror to the
Any
specification?
glazier. It's a simple
Let me
piece of
see your
glass.
estimate for a glazier to cut the mirror. In this, was it 3 separate pieces beforehand?
Yes. Well, it was
Yeah.
more than 3 pieces.
No, I'm sorry. The mirror part was this one mirror and this one mirror and
Yes,
this one mirror.
that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
the
not
2 side ones are
right,
fine.
Right. Two on the side and got it. Okay. Well, first of all, the 3 foot by 5 foot is wrong.
But it's 3 pieces.
It's right. That's also wrong because you only have an estimate for one piece,
Right.
3 foot by 5 foot. The middle piece is bigger than 3 foot by
They
5
didn't break
foot.
3 pieces. They broke 1 piece.
Are the 2 side pieces still in?
Yes.
Got you. So they removed the big center piece. And is it 3 by 5?
No, it's bigger than that.
How big is it?
5
It's
foot by 5
approximately
foot.
that, approximately. But it's a plain glass, not a beveled edge, anything like that.
I don't understand. How do we get here? If you were interested in customer service, like you as a matter of customer goodwill,
Yeah.
you had offered that because you always knew that they never purchased the insurance. And that's always a mistake. Now, what I am concerned about is you're standing there. You tell the guys, I'm not going to tip you. And then they say, no, he's going to cover it. You cover it. And then you turn around and you tip the guys, right?
Right.
How much did you tip them?
400.
Wow. That was a tip? How much was the move?
Move was 1,900, 1,900.
Okay. Wow, you're a good tipper.
I was a truck driver for 23 years. Okay, and I have a great respect for the profession and the work that the guys put in. Okay, it was a very hot and humid day. Okay, and as far as the negligence part, they came unprepared. They didn't come with tools. One, you need special tools to move a big
they
mirror
broke
like
it.
that.
You don't need to explain more about, there's no question they broke it. Now, my question to you is, I know that he doesn't have insurance,
Right.
and he didn't buy the insurance, and normally that's the end of the discussion.
Right.
But I have a situation where you admit that you said to him, while he's standing there saying, well, I'm not going to tip you, I'm going to be out money over this, you assure him, don't worry, I will take care of this. And then he turns around and based on your promise, he tips out $400 in tips to people. So he relied on your promise. Normally, promises aren't enforceable. You could say something, I'm going to pay for your college education. And then I could change my mind the next day. It's not a contract. There has to be, each side gives up something for a contract. Right. Or there has to be a detrimental reliance upon your promise in order to enforce your promise. And that's really what we have here. Because you're insuring him on the phone that you'll take care of it, not to worry about it. Didn't seem like a big deal. You'll take care of it. He turns around and tips your guys quite generously, and everybody's happy until it's time to actually replace the mirror. Now, at some point, who's Nicole?
I work with Nicole in the office.
Okay, so Nicole writes a very professional email back to him, saying to him that you didn't buy insurance, you're confined to the amount in the contract, but as a goodwill gesture, we will offer you $300, which is much more than the estimate for the mirror. And you say no. Now, it seems to me that we need to get that mirror replaced. So, does anybody have a suggestion about how to do it if you don't want to pay $863? Perhaps the person who should purchase the mirror, get the mirror measured, get the mirror out there with your handy mechanic is the one who should have gotten an estimate.
I felt 300 was enough to cover it.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, it's up to you.
But
That's what
I
feel.
do find that this estimate is probably high for what it is that needs doing. And my obligation in court is to give you the reasonable amounts. And I find it, I'm also frankly finding it hard to believe you only got one estimate in a situation like this. So I am going to order the defendant to pay you $500, and that should recompense you for both the mirror and the cost of having it put in. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Well, that accident is going to cost the defendant $500. How do you feel about
Not too
about
happy,
that?
bro.
You're
Not too happy about that. Number one, the bedroom set's an 80s bedroom set.
Yeah.
They don't use anymore. It's not even worth $500. That old Formica stuff they stopped using 20 years ago.
Yeah, but-
I throw out 10, 20 of them sets a year.
Really?
Moving people. They don't use that stuff no more.
But you think it could cost her $500 to get the mirror
No,
made
no.
and then brought over, installed, et cetera, et cetera?
No way. The piece of glass is $100 and it's 10 minutes to install. Should be $300 or less.
You should have done it. Should have done it.
Wow.
You know.
I would have
Okay.
done it if he would have gave me a chance.
All right. Thank you very
All right.
much. Sorry.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody. You brought your whole team. The plaintiffs are on their way out of the courtroom now. If you'll step over here, sir. So $500. Can you fix it for that?
I will get more estimates. Maybe the judge is right. Maybe the estimate could be a little high.
Yeah.
So I will get more estimates to see if somebody can do it.
And it's all behind your head, right?
Yes.
It's not on top of it.
No, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you're not worried about it falling on you, or are you?
No, I mean, hopefully we'll get a good company that will
Okay.
do it.
Well, good luck to you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Harvey?
Okay, especially with moving contracts. You have got to read the liability limitation. If you don't read anything else, look at the section that says liability limitation, because a lot of these contracts literally will give you pennies on the dollar if they break stuff. And at least you can either negotiate that or you can get moving insurance.